Okay, so let's talk about it. Dating after 40. It can be really tough, right? But what if the real secret to finding love isn't about finding the perfect person, but about becoming the right person for yourself first? Today, we're going to dive into some hard truths about love from relationship coach Jillian Terecci. She's helped thousands of women totally transform their romantic lives. So let's get right into our first and maybe most important piece of advice.
And right off the bat, Terecci hits us with this powerful reminder. Think about it. The person you choose to build a life with, they influence your peace, your stress, your joy, pretty much everything, more than anything else. So why on earth do we so often just leave it to chance? The stakes really couldn't be any higher.
And look, if this is hitting home for you, you are so not alone. It can feel like you've been dropped into a completely different universe than the one you knew in your 20s. The whole landscape has changed, the rules feel made up, and it is so easy to feel discouraged.
Okay, but here's the question that really flips the script. Terecci challenges us to stop looking at all the external things we can't control, our age, the apps, the dating pool, and instead turn that spotlight inward to the one thing you actually have total control over, yourself.
All right, first up, let's get into what she calls the midlife dating dilemma and why it feels harder than ever. So why does it seem like there are so many incredible, accomplished women who are single after 40? Well, as Terecci explains, the reasons might actually surprise you.
Well, Terecci points to a few really interesting things happening in our culture. For starters, women are more financially independent than ever before. We're not partnering up just because we have to anymore. Many of us have spent our younger years building amazing careers. And this one is crucial. After a really painful breakup or divorce, women often take the time they actually need to heal, instead of just jumping right back into another relationship.
And that leads us right into Terecci's first hard truth, which is a big one. Your mindset is everything. It's all about winning the battle that's happening in your own head. Before you even think about swiping on an app or saying yes to a date, the real work has to start right up here.
I mean, just look at the difference here. On the left, you've got these limiting beliefs, right? The stories that are basically roadblocks. I'm too old, all the good ones are taken. But on the right, that's the mindset of someone who actually believes love is out there for them. And Terecci is super clear about this. You are just not going to meet a great partner if you're living in that left-hand column.
And this quote, wow, it just perfectly illustrates why those beliefs are so powerful. Every single time you say, I'm too old for this, you're not just venting. You're reinforcing that as your reality. You're basically programming your own future. So the key is to start speaking a new, more empowering truth into existence.
Okay, let's move on to the second hard truth. And honestly, this one is a total game changer. Stop chasing chemistry. You know, we're all taught to look for that instant, fireworks, movie scene kind of spark. But Terecci warns that chasing that feeling can seriously lead us down the wrong path.
And this chart really breaks it down, doesn't it? On one side, you have lust. It's impatient, it's all about taking, and it often creates that anxious feeling. That whole roller coaster of, do they like me? Don't they like me? It's exhausting. But love, on the other hand, is patient. It's about giving, and its whole goal is to create a feeling of safety, not chaos.
So here's the dangerous formula Terecci points out. You feel a bit lonely, you meet someone you find physically attractive, and bam, suddenly you're in this state of desperation. And in that state, we start ignoring all those little red flags, or even the giant waving red flags, because we just want it to work so badly. So what's the alternative to chasing that spark? Well, Terecci suggests her 5-date rule. The whole idea is to give someone you genuinely like, as a person, a real shot, not just the ones who give you instant fireworks. Commit to about 5 dates, but mix it up. Get a drink, do a fun activity, maybe hang out with a group of friends. Just observe. See how they treat the waiter, how they talk about their friends. Terecci argues that real, lasting chemistry often grows slowly from that kind of foundation.
All right, this brings us to hard truth number 3. A partner cannot rescue you. This is all about breaking down that deep-seated, often unconscious belief that once we find the one, all of our problems will just magically vanish. It's a total fantasy, and honestly, it's a pretty dangerous one. And this gets to the heart of what she calls neediness. As Terecci defines it, neediness isn't about wanting love, we all want that. It's about expecting another person to be the source of your happiness. The goal isn't to find someone to build your life for you, it's to find someone who adds to the amazing life you're already building. I mean, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? You could be with the most amazing person on the planet, but your journey is still your journey. That personal work you need to do, it doesn't just magically disappear the second you update your relationship status.
It is absolutely non-negotiable.
And this is such a crucial difference to understand. All healthy relationships take work. That's fighting for your relationship, together. But if you feel like you are constantly fighting to prove your worth, fighting to be chosen, fighting just to be enough for somebody, that is not love. That is a soul-crushing, exhausting battle you are just never going to win. Okay, so if the goal isn't to be rescued, then what is the real goal here? This final section really redefines the entire search for love.
You know, Turecki shares this piece of advice from her dad, and it is just so profound. There is almost nothing worse, nothing that will drain the life out of you more than being in a relationship where you feel completely unseen, unheard, and totally alone. And that leads us to this. This is probably the most important shift in perspective of all. Your number one focus shouldn't be on finding a partner. It should be on building a life that feels sacred and important to you, a life that's full of purpose and joy and connection. And from that place, you get to choose a partner who truly adds value to it, not someone you need to fill a void.
And so that really leaves us with this final, powerful question to think about. What if we shifted all that energy away from the endless, sometimes discouraging search for the one? What if instead we poured all of that time and focus into creating a life that is so rich and so fulfilling on its own that a relationship becomes a beautiful bonus instead of the entire prize? Because that is a life worth living and a love that's truly worth finding.